Well, so hi there. It's been a long time, as you can see. It's probably going to be a bit of a tendency, because surprisingly, you'd be surprised it's actually getting more difficult. Funny that, okay. Um, Now, here in my life, all of us top expert sailors and people out in the boatyards, top boat builders and such like, the weather was so beautiful for so long that when we moved, yeah, so we did nothing at all. Simple as that. We lunched out, top experts, okay? So when the heavy rain did come, I was utterly flooded out. I would estimate I had about 35 leaks through my roof, and I was sinking upwards. Experts in rank. You'd expect, being a navigation quite keen on his mathematics, I simply can't tell you how utterly I am into it. And I have the privilege to have so many people still viewing me, and now I don't share anything anymore whatsoever. You're my family on the journey to this voyage that we are taking, and that's it. The business of sharing is not within my remit anymore. It won't surprise you, and I might have remembered because my short-term memory is absolutely disintegrating now. Oh well. Would expect to be well into mathematics, and when I was young, math was my number. Okay, when I was at university, I had computer science, and this is back way back in the day. It was forefront. Being myself and a character, I only really did the first year. Lost interest, was a big role in the student union, doing when students do care work as a voluntary thing. Instead of doing my course, I did that for the second year, and played computer games, which were a big new thing in the world. And that's kind of what I spend my time did. I was always going to do something different. It's too boring being a computer guy for me, don't you think? Yeah, you know it, yes. Now, as you know, I have a mild interest in sailing, and it was really my time after university. I worked both sort of voluntary help and really across the board, every you can imagine. And I like to, I've had a very vibrant life, a busy life. And the way my life is busy, obviously, you know me, present myself and here talking to you as a sailor, but really the other things I've done have been a lot. I like to get through high speed, all your life happening in high speed and concise. So yeah, after uni is the time I did my sailing as always a first mate for that period. I probably think I've already said everything needed. Here, while I've been in Falmouth over the last sort of 12 years on and off, I've been connected. Here, my own boat actually did the actual fitting out. It was a hull and deck, and I did all the work here, and I was here a long time, on and off, as I was going away working as well, obviously. Here in Falmouth, I worked more in the commercial side. I drove barges, pilot launches, all commercial, servicing the ships that come out, diving, salvage, and the skipper role, like a large career in its own right, with me like top man for one of the divisions of it, once I'd stopped being a total noob. Because if you're a sailor, if you're the most, as you've heard me say, doesn't matter how like tip-top you think you are, you're the man. So any commercial person in the entire world is like, so what you, okay? You're no one, it's as simple as that. But within a year I managed to break through that barrier, basically, socially as much as anything, and had like a full career in that role. And again, that's why I'm going to stop bombing you with sailing, because let's talk about something else, just for once. Oh, sailing, yeah. Now, I'm telling you all these stories about, you know, I travelled here, I did this amazing thing and that, and I go sailing there. But also, I must have had a job at some point. We all must, isn't it not? Because of doing so many different things, the careers that I follow are generally very short, and my life situationals in terms of employment and where I live are generally very short. And I'm a person, if I've learned how to do one job, I'm done with it. I'm not going to go back and do it again. In my whole life, sailing is the only thing that has been a continuous career. But as a young person, you know, new year, new career, simple as that. When I was in my late 20s, I lived in St Albans, north of London in the UK, obviously, because a lot of my life does not occur in the UK, even at that time. And the work I did then, I worked for a contractor that does all the parks and roadside grass for the city council, driving the big machine with the heavy equipment that does this on the streets. That was my specialty. We call it a triple mower. So I would have 1/5 of the city was my area, and I used to do all the mowing and grounds and small parks for that entire part of the city, because I was very obsessive in the perfection of my work. Mine were by far and away the most beautiful areas, because I thought it was important, whereas everybody else just wanted to get paid. So I got all the posh, lovely parts of the city as well, which was lovely. For a single period of employment, the 2.5 years that was the main chunk is the longest period of my entire life. I was away from it and had 6 months after, but that's a long story in its own right, when I was ill. Now, being myself, just doing a bit of gardening is not enough to keep busy. In addition to doing my work, after work we'd do the company's official overtime. Then I would do the regional manager's personal extra work for extra money, and then I would do mine. My friend Dangerous Brian would then go and do his criminal activities afterwards. A most interesting person, and I'll tell you the story about Dangerous Brian. There's no one quite like him in life. Now, I'm a person that needs to be busy in life and in action, so my personal thing then was paintball playing, in which I simply have to tell you that I was, it's simple, I was world class at this particular sport. It was my one true love. One of my best efforts. I was in about a new gun as 15 against 15 sides. I dominated the battle repeatedly every time, so much everyone just fed up. The money was being wasted. They were going to get into play. It was like one of my main sports for 10 years. But really, I was pretty good. So yes, in this one fight towards the end, it was 15 against 15, and second time in a row, it's quite often for me to kill the entire enemy team personally, and my team's not actually to get a chance to be involved in it. Anything that you put a lot of time and skill into, you will become good. And if you're serious, you can become really very good, yes? Yeah, so even my own team, obviously, is being robbed of their play. So the umpires had set it up. It was an ambush, effectively, from the rear. When the whole enemy team was knocked out. And you have to remember, my team is not even involved because I was so fast in my action. It's a cognitive, element is massive in this. So by the time they can actually see the enemy, I've actually already taken everybody out. You can't see me. Because of the poor vision of your masks, it's hard to see people and what happened. But I'm holding it as a three-dimensional model inside my mind, so I don't need to be able to see it. I have a model, and that's how I'm engaging them. It's hard, it's a bit unfair, basically. I'm using professional skills of one type in order to do another cheat. It's basically cheating. So the umpire, I'd taken out the whole team yet again. I'm spoiling everybody's day of sport, effectively, but tough. The umpire rose a whistle, and the whole team changed side to my team and attacked me instantly, in their conception, from behind. Okay, I'll come to the most dangerous person. My friend was the person closest behind me, but he's very flat and slow. He's a good player, but he's flat and slow. So once I took him down first, and to cut a long story to the short, I won and got all 15 of them. So the score was 15 plus 15 versus 0.